Did your child go missing, ma'am? I'm sorry about that, but I'm far too busy to talk. I'm the mayor, you know, but you have my thoughts and prayers.
Hey, DP. Hey, this dinner smells amazing.
Yeah.
DP here, he does a killer mayor impersonation.
It's great.
Citizens of Diamond City, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, humans and synths. My Institute programmers would like me to run a rebuttal software routine and offer a simulated response to Piper's unfounded accusations. And I promise you I will, the moment it finishes loading, which should be any sec. Ladies and gentlemen of Diamond City, the Institute would like me to address... I would like to say a few things regarding these rumors. My fellow human beings, of which I am definitely one. Since being elected, despite all of my words, actions, policies, thoughts, and decisions, I assure you, people of Name of City, I am not a level 5 Institute synth operative with special 4B clearance due to extreme depth of infiltration. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm far too busy doing things that human beings do to do my job and search for missing citizens. I'm the human mayor, after all. End of file. So I heard you guys over here talking about the jackass. Figured we could use a laugh. So yeah, thanks for coming out again, my friends. It's amazing how you always manage to show up for free food. Tonight, we got mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to cure weak knees, heavy arms, and sweaty palms. Careful though, it may stain your shirt. I baked a well-timed batch of fresh hot bread just for dinner. But the tater sauce tonight is something special I worked on just for the occasion.
I gotta tell you, DP, I have never seen a spread like this. You went all out. Looks like the table the companions have in your Vasker Hall in Whiterun.
The what now?
Huh?
Yeah, what you just said. The what, a where?
What are you talking about?
I didn't say nothing.
But I could swear you
No,
just said...
she said it.
Better get your hearing checked, DP. Told you I ain't said nothing.
No, she said it.
You were gonna tell us about dinner tonight?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The sauce. Of course.
The gaslighting.
I started with the potato base, of course. But Bob took me through the upper floor of a greenhouse and let me have that.
Nice!
Oh, it didn't end there, Lily. You know how Wellingham's always got some new spice he's going on about? Or a new dish he wants to try?
Can I eat?
I remember hauling a bag of behemoth nuts in my power armor for him, so he could make his great green oysters dish.
It's called a scrotum, sis.
Ew, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're about to eat!
The hell?
Sorry, just trying to help.
You're not helping.
Yeah, I bet. Anyway, tell us about the sauce, DP. Where's Wellingham come into this?
Please do.
Behemoth
No,
scrotum.
shut up.
God damn it!
You know, now that you mention it, Lily, it is kind of a strangely specific ingredient for a dish.
You see? I'm not the only one who thinks behemoth scrotum is a weird item to have to haul.
Huh? What is?
The behemoth scrotum... Oh, motherfucker! Great! Just great. Now I'm saying it.
All right. Where were we? Oh, yeah. So Wellham's always gone on about the crushed red pepper that Latimer got him a few months ago. So I figured this was a good occasion as any to borrow it. Permanently. Without asking.
My man!
Stealing?
Bob brings one of her
Neodymium iron boron.
That was my next guess. Anyway, it's a strong-ass magnet.
Sheriff.
Do I,
Arrest this
wanna
man.
know what sort of strange blood-eating plant things you create with powerful magnets in that greenhouse of yours?
Pokemon?
Hardly. It's to condense iron-rich microbeads coated with high-avidity molecules based on specific application. Generally, I use it to isolate, purify, and concentrate cellular fractions without the need for larger equipment and refrigeration units.
Okay.
You know, I heard that people in other parts of the world spoke other languages, but I ain't never heard them. Not till you moved here with that technical babble, and then the sheriff shows up with that Latin stuff.
Scientia ipsa potentia est.
I don't try to understand neither, Lily. Anyway, she puts this thing on Wellingham's head. He immediately goes haywire. Tripped his Mr. Gutsy switch. But since he's got the wrong hardware, he basically just started screaming, "Communists!" and spraying everyone down with his dishwasher jet. Ann Codman runs out of that little corral of a restaurant screaming her head off. And of course, that dunce husband of hers runs after her. And since it's the Codmans, every security guard is more concerned with kissing her ass and helping than figuring out what's wrong with Wellingham.
Typical.
You're telling me. I've been saying it since I saw his mother drop him on his head. That Danny Sullivan kid is as useless as tits on a synth. Long story short, it was just us and a neutered Mr. Gutsy up there after a few seconds. I stuffed some spices into my jacket. Bob grabbed us a recipe box, and we're out of there. Real smooth. I hope. Well, and we'll probably be okay. Last I saw, he was asking random strangers to enlist in the army.
Hell yeah! Score one more for the Bleachers.
Thanks. I try. As I was saying, we got some extra kick in the sauce tonight with that pepper. I got some cloves, molasses, and cinnamon too.
Alright.
So the honey tonight is going to be unlike anything we ever had before. Make sure you get some of that on the bread too.
Really? Now this I'm interested in hearing.
Oh god, can we just eat?
Well, you know ghouls
No.
used to live in Diamond City before McDipshit kicked them out, right?
Can I eat?
It was an extremely short-sighted maneuver. They possess immeasurable knowledge and experience. We could benefit from their wisdom.
I agree. I've never been able to talk to more than 2 in my life. It's amazing what they have to say if you just listen. Scapegoating a fringe minority is a time-honored tradition of weak politicians everywhere, DP. Of course I remember.
So I still keep in touch with a few through Doc Weathers. They moved to a big swimming pool facility one of them knew from before the war. The building was in pretty good shape, so they stayed in that and they farmed some of the best tarberries I've ever tasted out of the pool.
Yeah, they...
Lily here would know who he was. Remember Wiseman and his buddies?
Sure do. You know, looking back, it doesn't surprise me he went his own way instead of heading the good neighbor with the rest of the ghouls.
Yeah, me either. He had his own ideas of what to do after McDipshit took office, and getting pissed off didn't seem to be one of them. Anyway, the short version of that story is the honey has some tarberry juice in it along with the rest of the spices. I think you'll like it.
That sounds delicious, DP. Thanks for going to so much trouble.
Hey, this is a happy occasion. We got a lot of doggos in new home, and these two got rid of a few more raiders. And don't forget the spices we got.
Don't explain them.
Speaking of raiders, is it true what Lily said? Pop that fucker in the knee and let the dogs finish him off?
Yeah, no, that happened. It's 100% true. It's exactly what happened.
It's the truth. All of it.
Damn! Very impressive, Lily. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know just how crazy you were. I'm
so
glad you did
happy.
it.
My character.
Even more glad
is so
you're on our
happy.
side.
We punched the fuck out of their tickets so hard, their ghosts have gunshot wounds in their cleaned out ghost clocks on their fixed little red wagons.
Ah, that's my girl.
And Sheriff, you'll be proud to know that axe you gave me,
I
Tomahawk.
broke it.
thanks for noticing. Anyway, you'll be happy to know that thing can open a raider's brain case easier than it can open a melon.
Yes, I know.
Fine. Fine. DP's being friendly. DP, how's that thing that makes Nuka-Cola from those big weird bags you got coming? Well, what's it called? The soda whatever?
Fountain. Soda fountain. Well, it's looking pretty good, I think. I'm trying to get a handle on what parts I have and still need. Problem is, all the folks who knew how it worked are long dead. So I'm teaching myself as I go along, which makes it slow.
So it takes the stuff in that bag, mixes it with some of Bob's water,
So happy.
and gives it bubbles? All on the spot, right?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm
The
saying.
bubble machine.
Got a few invoices telling me where more of the syrup is, but it's way over in Nuka World, surrounded by assholes with tiny dicks and big guns. So it makes sense to actually get the machine up and running, and able to use the stock I got on hand before paying someone to get more.
I think that sounds like a nice addition to the diner.
Yeah, it is. In more ways than one. I don't have to worry about a steady supply of sealed bottles now. One way or another, the supply of bottles in the area is going to dry up eventually, which just leaves me high and dry with no stock. But if nobody's touched what's at the factory, and the invoices are right, that's enough soda for years and years.
I don't know, that sounds like an awful lot of those bags.
It is, but not as much as you'd think. We ain't trying to feed a stadium during playoffs no more. But the sips who filled the order were. There's a lot fewer of us now, and I got a good handle on how many bottles I need a week to keep this place running. Trust me, Lil, there's enough to keep this place running for the rest of our lives.
Well, that sounds like some great news for the Bleachers in general. Gonna upset Wellingham something fierce.
Codman's gonna get her ass in a twist, too. Upper stands, just some white picket fence. Anyway, what are we waiting for? Come on, guys, let's eat.
Oh, thank God.
Now that is the best plan I've heard all day. And what a day it's been. Sorry about that. we don't mean to cut you out or anything, so dig in. I hope you like it.
Oh, God.
I ain't seen anywhere serving spaghetti, much less mom's spaghetti.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Nah, it was no big deal.
All the same, I wanted you to know we're not ignoring you there.
So what brings you to Diamond City? That Pip-Boy of yours is hard to miss, so I've got to ask if you're from a vault like me.
No, it's, I'm gonna be vague.
I'm from Sanctuary Hills, on the other side of Concord.
Not familiar with the place firsthand, but there's a lot of burnout towns around here with only a handful of people in each.
You get a chance to look at that motor you nabbed yet, Lily? Does it look like it still works?
Oh man, DP, it was better than that. The thing's never had anything in it but the factory finishing grease. They stored it dry in that case. There isn't a single bit of wear or tarnish on it. I just gotta find a frame and wheels pretty enough for that beauty and it's ready to roll.
Now you're talking. All the Matic cats are gonna be green with envy.
I asked Rizzo not to tell him. I want to be there to see the look on Zeke's face when he hears I scored the big one finally.
I ain't never seen a working vehicle yet. You be sure to let me know when you take it out for the first time. I want to be there.
You know, I wish I could drive it out there to the cats, but that bike makes me a loud target for snipers and steel cable traps at neck level. If you know what I mean. They're gonna cut my fucking head off.
Oh, no.
Gotta stay inside the fence for now.
No,
but I'm not
Lily.
gonna let that stop me from having fun and taking you all for rides.
That sounds like fun, once you get good control of that contraption, I mean. Remember, you've never driven one
A
before.
beautiful dinner.
I'd think before taking the new one out.
Thank
You
you.
can probably expect to crash a few times before you get the hang of it.
Having me, everyone.
Oh, wow. You know, I never thought of that, Bob. You're right. I'm gonna treat the new merch like the jewel it is. At the same time, it means I gotta wait until the rest of the scrap one comes together. Good thing there's one at the Mass Chem Hall, huh?
Indeed. Just be careful out there. It's super mutant and raider turf.
No sweat. I'm packing light and just checking out the place for this first trip since we got no idea how big this thing is. I'll stay out of sight. You said that Lenny Greaseball sold you the tip about this haul and the bike, right?
Yes, his tips have been reliable so far. I agree, I don't trust him, but it's not in his best interest to sell bad tips if he wants repeat business. On the other hand, he's probably sold the information to other parties too. You've seen it happen before. Don't waste too much time getting there.
No worries. It's the first place I'm going after I wake up tomorrow. Then I'll go back with the right rig for it. I should beat anyone to the score. You guys all heard about what the Institute did at the Slocum's Joe in Lexington, right?
Yeah, they reopened it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, of course you know. There'd always been some folks living out of there in the basement. You'd have to be blind not to see them coming and going. No big deal, right?
Yeah, the Donut Boys.
Well, not too long ago, the Institute marched their toasters into the place and wiped them out. They parked their asses in there and ain't moved since. It's weird, right? I mean, what the hell does the Institute want with a bunch of scavengers in a burnt-out coffee shop anyway?
Lucky you didn't get caught and have your head drilled out for the info.
Nah, I was on the freeway overpass to the south. Had to pop a few Raider melons to get the view, but hey, it sucks to be a Raider, you know?
Those are human lives.
Anyway, I wasn't ever within 3 miles of them, and didn't need to be. They wiped that place out. Dead cold.
That's awful. Has anyone heard what they're doing there? Were they looking for something?
Donut secrets.
No, there, weren't any survivors to tell anyone. I'm really worried about the Atom Cats now. All the way out there by themselves. Between the Gunners in Quincy and the Institute in University Point, they're pretty well cut off from everyone non-asshole in the Commonwealth.
We need to find out what they were after at that Slocum's Joe. It could be important.
We already told you we got no issues with Rizzo moving in with you. If something happens to Zeke and his crew, tell them they can come here. Let them know we'll put them up in the storeroom for a bit if nothing else. We got enough hammocks for them all.
Thanks, DP. I'll let them know. I'm sure they can handle themselves against the Gunners, but the Institute? I just don't know. There's so many.
Speaking of Zeke and folks who grew up in Diamond City, Lil, you remember me telling you how some Raider gangs took over Nuka World?
Yeah, of course. Seems it's all the couriers from out west can talk about lately. What about those jokers?
One of them gangs is headed up by some folks we both know. Remember Lizzie, Bill, and Mags?
No way.
Way. Carla remembered them from years ago when she heard about it. So she made it a point to tell Polly, who made it a point to tell me. I grew up and went to school with Mags and Billy. You ain't never met two bigger spoiled assholes in your life. Lizzie was more your age, right?
Yeah. She was a sharp one. She always got the best grades in the class, but she knew it. Made for a serious attitude problem. I remember it like it was yesterday. She kept getting bored and causing trouble, so Professor Scara took her out of school and into the lab. All Lizzie did with that training was make high-grade chems and get blasted on them. Too bad, really. What a waste. Mags, too. She used to babysit me before she turned into an asshole. I mean, she was an asshole back then, too, but nobody cared because we were kids.
Professor Scara told me about her once. That was her assessment as well. Lizzie could have done some truly great things, but had some serious demons.
Did she tell you why the three of them ain't in Diamond City no more?
She didn't mention that, no.
You see, these kids were upper stands kids. Their families had money. It's just that Mags and Billy thought it was their money too. But the parents weren't dying fast enough. So they got tied up in some organized crime they couldn't handle. A lot like Nelson Latimer. I'm assuming it had to do with chems, because they brought Lizzie in on it too. Lily wasn't lying about that girl being smart as fuck. Suffice to say, they got cut a lot of slack for a long time because of the family names. But eventually it got larger than even they could contain. You do gang business inside the city walls, and someone's gonna get killed. Except this time was an innocent girl named April.
April and me, we were good friends. I'd have killed those three on the spot if security hadn't gotten to them first.
I believe it.
She's not kidding, Bob. They literally had to put Lily in a holding cell for their protection. I saw it all. It took 3 guards to hold it down. Anyway, it seems Caps fight justice in the wasteland too, because these kids got exiled instead of rotting inside a jail cell. They kept Lily locked up for a fucking week to give those 3 enough of a head start that she couldn't track him down and kill him. So much for Commonwealth justice.
Wasn't long enough of a head start. I know where they are. Now.
Yeah, at the head of a gang big enough to take and hold Nuka World. Patience, Lil. If that gang doesn't eat him alive, you will one day.
You goddamn fucking right I'll eat them alive for what they did to April. I'll be the last fucking thing those assholes see.
Ha! Hey, shoot Billy in the nuts for me while I can still feel it, could you?
Now there's a thought I can get behind.
You make a decision yet about taking over responsibility for that shit shack of a greenhouse across from Cronin's place down on the field, Bob?
I have, yes. I was flattered Geneva asked me to handle it, but I took some soil samples down there. It didn't look good.
But to be more accurate, after generations of growing the same crop and being sprayed down with the swill that Kowalski calls water, it's hopeless. There's nothing safe about that soil or anything that would leach into it from the immediate area. The place is completely contaminated.
Yikes! Me and Lily grew up eating that grub. Makes me glad I import from Abernathy Farm for the diner. Turning over the soil won't help none, huh?
Not really, given the surrounding soil and the continued use of Sheng's poison. The new topsoil layer, if not already contaminated, soon would be. I just don't have the time to rehabilitate that place. I'm not sure if I want to expose myself to that kind of radiation cleaning it up, either.
Well, I wish the city good luck with that place. I, for one, was very glad you moved into the Bleachers. That news just makes me even more glad.
Thanks, DP. It's too bad, really, but my own work is far more important to feeding the entire Commonwealth. I can't lose sight of the larger goal.
People like you are gonna help bring us out of this McDonough Dark Ages we're in.
That's for sure. Hey, you got like some sort of giant mega brain or something? You sure you ain't a robot?
So I heard something from Polly, who heard something from Myrna, who heard something from Carla the other day.
Oh yeah? What happened?
Carla was coming down from Sanctuary, and she usually steers clear of Concord. What with the raiders and shit. I guess she saw something down in Concord with those binoculars of hers that made her take a second look and go into town. From what I hear, the place was basically a slaughterhouse. Every last one of them raiders was dead in the street, full of holes or cut to pieces.
Damn. I mean, that's good, but wow. What could have done that?
Power armor, a minigun, and a death claw.
Yeah. Polly said Carla saw a dead Deathclaw there. You heard it too, huh?
You know, one of these days you're gonna have to tell me how you know so much. Oh, wait, let me guess. One of your scouts saw it.
No.
Haha, forget it, Lily. You're soon to get a mutant hound to loosen its jaws. Anyway, Carla said some folks had moved into Sanctuary way up north by the Red Rocket after that. Said they were a real weird crew. Some guy who looked like he wanted to die. His whole hoppy bitch of a wife. And some old bat that kept feeding Quaaludes to so she'd shut up. Carla told her there was another guy up there who kept asking Ashir or anyone else he happened to see if they wanted to be leader of the Minutemen. Imagine the desperation.
It sounds like he's either a few fuel rods short of a reactor, or the Minutemen have ended up in some seriously bad shape, even in this world.
It is sad. The people of the Commonwealth will never truly rebuild until they take it back from their fear of the dark. When either DP or I leave the city, we have to book protection with one of the caravans. We're not fighters like you three. Vault 81 isn't terribly far away, but it might as well be on the other side of the Commonwealth for a scientist like me. I'd die without protection. All the Minutemen wanted was to organize the people to make that trip safe again.
She's right, you know. We don't want to be delivered at the hands of the BOS. I've seen it before.
One thing I learned real quick about Bob is that she's pretty much always right.
Indeed.
It's not something one wants to think about, but I haven't heard much about them in a while. Certainly not since the Quincy Massacre. If they truly did get stamped out, root and stem, we won't see anything like them in our lifetimes again. That walk to the vault will never be safe.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Bob. I agree with you. Diamond City would be filled with soup mutants if it wasn't for the Minutemen. I'm really hoping this guy was just a nutcase and isn't the last remaining one after Quincy or something. But things are pretty bad out there right now, and nobody's heard a peep. Which makes me think he's either telling the truth, or there's nobody left. And on the other side of the cap, you have people like Lily here, going around poking at raider hives, killing them wholesale and pissing them off.
Hey now, we don't take killing raiders lightly.
Oh yeah? How many of yours in just the last 2 days then? Give me a number.
It's too many.
But that's exactly my point. Raiders may deserve what they get, but a desperate one that's just had his whole clan aired out is even worse.
So I don't have an issue killing murderers, rapists, and animal abusers. So me.
Not like I have a problem with it either. I wouldn't stop you from doing you, Lil. You wouldn't be the same.
It's not like you could stop me anyway.
There ain't a soul in the Commonwealth that could stop you, Lily.
That much is for certain.
Not even a behemoth scrotum could stop her.
God damn it! I thought we were past that.
Call back.
No, I'll be holding that over your head for a good long while.
Pretty sure a behemoth scrotum isn't something I'd want hanging over my head for any length of time, Lily.
Oh.
Ugh, all green, hairy, and slimy like that? The smell alone would kill most things. Did it smell bad, Lily?
Ew, fuck. I give up. I can't eat anymore. What the hell is wrong with you people, huh? You all on day tripper or something?
That's a yes if I ever heard one. Speaking of things that make us all hungry, I have to hand it to you, DP. You prepared an excellent meal tonight. This honey was a real treat. Thank you very much. But I'm full, the hour's getting late, and I've got some samples incubating, which means I've got yet more work ahead of me.
It's not every day something like this happens in the Commonwealth. It was a good reason to celebrate.
I got more butter.
You have a good night. See you tomorrow, Bob.
I've had a pleasant evening, everyone, as always. Thank you for your company tonight. Sleep well. I'll likely see most of you tomorrow.
Night, Babs.
Never.
I'll check out that hole tomorrow for you.
I've got work to do as well.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for the dinner. It was very good.
Of course, Sheriff. Have a good night now.
Sure.
Night, Sheriff.
Good night.
I think I'm gonna retire too. Got at least one round trip to make to Cambridge tomorrow.
Hey, you be careful up there, Lily. A lot of raiders up Monsignor Plaza would love to get a hold of your jacket. Maybe even you personally by now.
Yeah, we kinda did make a name for ourselves this week, didn't we?
Killing people.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I did good work, didn't I?
That's what I'm talking about, you two. You just ventilated a bunch of raiders for a motorcycle and something that they were making money off of. These guys ain't all dumb. Some of them make power armor out of trash. They'll know who did this. They're not the type to forgive and forget.
Yeah, they're Deathclaw prints here.
Jeez, yes, mother. Anyway, that's me for the night. Hey, thanks for coming out. I hope you like dinner. I'll see you around.
It was great.
Night, guys.
Good night, Lily.
Night, Lily. Well then. Looks like that's dinner, huh? I hope you liked it. I served both the spaghetti and that honey here if you're interested in more. You'll excuse me. I got a lot of cleaning to do before I can close up for the night. You take care, my friend.
Of course.
DP, do you need help? Quest will complete when you leave the left field diner. Don't forget your 2 Nuka mixes on the table. Oh, yes. I stole these before. I stole these. Sheriff, I stole these. Alright, well, it's about that time for me as well. I'll talk to y'all in the morning. Take care. Not gonna steal that. Hey guys, dinner was great.
Heads up. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't know, man. Alright? I didn't know how long it was gonna be. Just chill.
Look alive. Moving
That
on.
was very different. That was very unique. It was like an actual full course dinner conversation. Welcome to the future of gaming. Steve, you ready?
Look alive.
Sheriff. Morning. Hi. Hi. Okay. Hello? Okay, alright, I'm sorry. I'm leaving. I'm sorry.